Okay. Right. This is my students in the Ruckus Academy. I'm here in my garden, and I want to explain how to translate what we're looking at into shapes, but not so much of course, the objects, but also the space in between the objects. So if you come around here, I will show you what I mean. I've got my piece of paper. Right, there's a shadow shining on this. Look, this is going to be a quick sketch. It's not going to be a finished drawing, and it's of, as you can see, there's the tree on the right hand side. Then your eye shifts to the left and you see the chair. Now what you can't actually see in the camera, but what I can see with my naked eye, is a vehicle in the distance, and that creates a triangle. So if we go back to the paper, I'm going to show you how I think that's important and how to show that. Now, so the general feeling of this is that here comes the tree, and this whole area is, this whole area is pretty much in the shadow. So this is just how to start. So I'm just making this simple for myself. I'm working on a small scale. I will normally work a bit bigger at this point in time, but I just want to do this to explain the main point. So there is the bend of the tree. Let's say that's the entrance into the drawing. Then you have the middle ground, which is a shadow, and then you go across here. So you've got the movement from the shadows. The shadows actually taking your eye all the way across and just blocking this in now. And then we come to the chair, which is, I'm going to very, very lightly suggest the chair. Now, I'm actually just blocking in, as they say, where there's a darkness going back there. So here's that chair, very strong shadow, the light hitting the chair. So what you can see is that the background is explaining again the foreground. I have no problem with this being very flat at the moment. I'm just putting in the basic shapes. So you've got this movement. This goes up and across. Here we are. I think the shadow's going to be a bit disturbing. Anyway, we'll have to walk through that. And then this is what I can see in the background here. And I'm finding this is the vehicle, a van or whatever it is. Now, so I've got, there's the van coming in. So already in this very rushed version, this is what's happening. You've got movement from 1, 2, 3, and it comes back again. So let me just put this in here. Now I'm going to work further on this drawing, and I'll spare you all that time. Perhaps I'll show you in another film. But what I want you to do is establish in your own composition a form of movement which is from right to left to center and back, all the other way around. But in any case that you have something of a foreground here, very, very quickly put in, that could still be worked on. Something of a foreground, a middle ground, which is here, which is actually a middle ground with a shift going. So this drawing is as much about the movement of the eye moving in between these objects, as it were, as it is about the objects themselves and a background, which in this case, well, that would be here, would be the van. But it's about the goal of this exercise is to almost see yourself as if you were a film director, and that you are directing the eye of the viewer over this picture plane. Get this one going behind there, so your eye goes back around there. There's lots, look, it's a long way to go already, but so you decide how the viewer looks across your picture. That goes up. So you got, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and back. Now that means seems slightly wishful thinking, and there's lots more to be done on that, but the basic movement of the eye is kind of set in there, and let that be the theme being the movement of the eye, how your eye moves across this space, and see how you fare with that. I'm using pencil, you can use charcoal, you can use anything you want, ink, paint, doesn't matter, but it's the as long as it's clear that it's not the importance of the objects, it's the importance of how the eye moves around the picture plane, as you will discover. So try and direct something, draw it, direct it, and please all join in this time, because it's I don't know, it's less work for me if you don't join in, but it's kind of better if you do. I suppose I am interested to see what you've done, just kidding. And that's all, folks. Bye bye. Ciao.